today I'm going to go over like different posing tips that I give models on a regular basis. And today helping me is Mahriyah.
Hi.
She's being my little rainbow crystal troll goddess. I think that's what we came up with.
Yeah.
You're like basically a real life Lisa Frank sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're just going to go over different things, different advice that I give people while I'm shooting. And then I'm going to video us shooting a little bit. You already saw a little bit of the time lapse from this shoot in the beginning. And then I'm going to show you like actual shoot time for our next look. So here it goes. I can't see anything because I have horrible eyesight. Okay. Cool. Ready to go. Okay, so some of the tips that I would like to go over are various things from, okay, I don't remember any of them anymore. I don't remember any of them.
There's pointed toes.
Okay, I got it. Okay. So as being a plus size woman, and honestly in photographing every single person, whether you were the skinniest person I photographed or the more voluptuous lip babies, or the more voluptuous girls, every single person wants to hide their stomach. And it's funny because unless they're like super fitness and have like super toned like abs, everybody wants to hide it. So here's a little tip on how to hide your stomach. So when you're modeling, see I'm like this, and this is kind of like whatever. This is frumpy, right? This is just like how you look in the mirror and you're like, this outfit's okay. I always tell people, don't judge an outfit until you pose in it. So, from the position you're in, just stick your butt back and automatically makes all of your stomach go back with it. So then you're emphasizing more focus on the butt as opposed to the stomach. There you go. The next tip is elongating. You want to always try to elongate your body to make you look as tall as possible. So no matter where your photographer is shooting you, unless they're shooting you from up here, which you're gonna look short because they're shooting you from up here. That's the MySpace angle. Wow, that's hella dated. A lot of people aren't even gonna know that anymore. That's cool, whatever. So unless it's up here, which is like the selfie, like I look good angle because I have no chins. And if they're shooting you from below, you always wanna like put a foot out to try and like go closer to the person. It's going to make you look more elongated, like your feet are longer. And in the same step, both her and I have like flat shoes on. If you're doing a shoot, a lot of people wear heels, and that automatically elongates you anyway. But we're both wearing flat shoes. So if you're wearing flat shoes, you want to make sure that even on the foot that is back here, the one that's stabilizing you, you want to be on your tippy toes, because you're elongating every inch of that leg. And it sucks, trust me. This is a workout. I'm like already sweating. But it'll make it look so much better. I'm like gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to do things that I probably don't want to do. But I can do yoga. You can too. Just kidding. I'm so stupid.
I love it.
So let's go over the toes a little more. So the toes. The reason the toes are important is because, first look at this. I am on my tippy toe on this foot and not on this foot. When you look at my figure, you automatically, like when you have a pointed toe, your eye goes virtually like this. It slides onto the ground. But when you have a flat foot, it goes boom. It's like really abrupt. All of a sudden your vision's like flat foot. So that's the reason that it's always good to have a pointed toe, because it helps elongate your legs and helps you visually transfer to the ground and like you look all dainty and graceful and bullshit like that. As a person who's plus size and I've done modeling before, the other tip that I like to give people is to always model outward. So unless you're like stick thin, like Kate Moss heroin chic thin, then you can model like this and do all that like inner stuff. But if you have any kind of curve on you at all, then you're probably gonna want to accentuate your different shapes. So like me going from here to here automatically shows you the shape of my leg and makes it so that it looks skinnier. So the more that you bring different body parts away from your actual like torso and each other, the more that you're accentuating the fact that you have skinny limbs, even if they're not skinny, but you're making them look thinner by accentuating their shapes. And that also helps to have cool shapes, like when you're doing posing anyway, it just looks cooler to have shapes. Look at my triangles. Look at my squares. I don't know. Stuff like that. I'm just gonna throw this in here, even though it's not important at all. But if you're doing a photo shoot, I just want everyone in the world to identify this as the same pose with the same name. This is the Lil' Kim. And this is the Nicki Minaj. Okay. Just want everyone to identify it as the same thing.
That's it.
I have met people who I did not know who identified it that way, and I thought, oh, well, this is great.
This is it, yeah.
This is wonderful. A lot of people have a hard time with their neck and their face, like when they're modeling. A lot of people go like this, and then it becomes all neck, and I don't see your face at all. And it's good to like do different stuff like that, but what I'm looking for usually is not that you're going all the way up to the ceiling, but that you're going up and then facing your face towards me. So I'm getting more of an elongated neck, but I'm also getting your face. And that's the other thing. If you have a photographer on the floor and they're shooting you from an upward angle, because there's some photographers that shoot more from like standing up, or, well, I don't know, what's your experience? Do you have photographers shooting you more from like standing up or from the ground?
I think I get a lot of eye level.
Eye level?
Straight on, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they're not very good.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. But there's not a whole lot of interesting angles from just an eye level.
Straight on.
That's good to get like headshots and stuff like that. Getting like cool like shots like just, ooh, I look good from up here, like upper body. But when you're getting whole body, sometimes eye level's okay, depending on like what the background is and what the outfit is, but it's probably gonna make you look short. So if you have a photographer shooting you from the floor, they're doing it because they want to make you look taller, which is why a lot of people look really tall in my pictures. Or at least I've been told that. I don't even notice it anymore. But but when I'm down there, a lot of people will model like this, and even you can see in the video right now, my head is smaller than my leg. So what I tell a lot of girls is when I'm down there, you want to make sure that your head is in alignment with your foot, so that your foot and your head are on the same level. And then that makes it so it's the same size. Basically, then the focus will still be on your head and your face, because a lot of people, to them, that's like their money, you know, like they love their face. So, not in like a bad way. Not in a bad way. It's just like a lot of people want their face in the picture. I don't run into a lot of people that are like, no, I just want my body. Like, don't, you know, sometimes there's that, but like not a lot. So if you want your face to be the emphasis, you want to make sure that it's in the forefront, because your foot will still look larger because it's in front, but you're technically like, it's like you're coming at the camera. You know, like those 90s music videos where you're like, boom, like that's kind of how you want to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I always visualize when I have people do it. I'm like, come at me. Yeah.
I love it.
Just like that. Okay, so the other thing that a lot of people forget when they're doing photographs, or the other thing that a lot of people forget when they're modeling is the fact that you need to remember where your light source is. So for us right now, this light in front of us right here is the main light source. This is where like the white light is coming from. It's the most glamorous towards the face. Over here, there's a pink gel, and over there is a green gel. They look cool, but when they're on your face, it just makes your face look pink or green. It's not gonna make it look like how it looks normally. And so these are just accent lights, and that's why they're over there, but this one's the main light. So if you're modeling and you start going like this, there's gonna be a weird shadow all along this side, and all I'm getting is like basically neck right here. So you want to make sure that you don't have to always like look where the light is, you know, but you want to make sure that it's not too far away from you. So like I can look this way and it's fine. But if I'm over here, like completely sideways, it's not really gonna work, you know, because the light's not hitting you in a very flattering area. And I know that for a lot of people, myself especially, and girls, if you're a model and you have been modeling for a while or don't model at all, nobody wants under eye bags. And as soon as you start going away from the light, like if you shoot outside with somebody, for instance, like lifestyle stuff, you know, have you ever noticed that like sometimes you'll get photos back and you're like, what the fuck did you do? And it's usually like the fact that they're not shooting with the light, they're shooting away from the light. So it makes it a lot harsher on your under eyes, and for some reason, some people don't realize you need to edit that shit. But when you have a good light and you're going towards your light source, that's something that you can do as a model to make sure that you come out looking the way you want to look, is to be aware of where your light source is coming from so that it's hitting you in the most flattering way. You can also, I mean, you can always take risks. If you want something to look more gloomy and stuff, yeah, you don't want light to hit you the right way. You want it to hit you like all shadowy and weird. But, you know, that's all about creative control outside of the box stuff. I'm just talking about like how you want to look pretty, basically.
Yeah.
Like glamour ideas. The other really important tip that I could give you, and probably the last tip, because a lot of these are, I mean, modeling is really about experience, something that you need to do. If you can't afford to pay photographers, work with trade photographers, just make sure that you have like good recommendations from them, or you check them out thoroughly before you work with them, because they can be real creepers. Never get naked for free unless you're really, really into that. I don't know why, but you know, unless you're really into that, don't do it. You can get paid for that shit. There's a term for guys who don't know how to photograph you, who are amateur photographers and think that they're not, and they just want to like get stuff from you. It's called GWC. It's called guy with a camera. Stay away from that. If you can. I don't even know if I'm gonna put that in. But a lot of people don't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Right? Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that. That's like a thing. And then the other industry term that a lot of people don't know, but like I got it from like Model Mayhem when I used to do that a lot, was TFP. Do you want to do TFP? Trade for print. But nobody even makes prints anymore, so it's just trade. But to be fair, you only really want to offer trade to people who are also working on their portfolio. If it's an established photographer, you really should offer or ask them their rates, or offer to pay them.
Yes.
Or tell them, like, you know, if you're really on a budget or something, be like, hey, I really want to work with you. Can I please know your rates? Do you do payment plans? Do you have any like model rates for people starting out? Stuff like that. But don't ask for things for free, because it will just give you like a bad, you know, taste in their mouth. And like, you want to make sure that you start off on the right foot. So the last tip that I have is using your surroundings. Now, this is a white background, so there's not a whole lot that you can do with it, but basically you can just use the whole background. So for instance, I had her doing different floor poses. So you want to show some floor poses? So just different stuff like this, using all of the background that she can, even like laying across the whole bottom part, yeah, extending the legs, stuff like that. And then the photographer can use all of that with it. I can even shoot her from above and have her on the ground. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. But if you're in an actual set, then you have stuff to play with. So you could have like chairs here or props, but if you don't have props, just make sure that you use the whole thing. And for you to use the whole thing, it's like, let's put movement in it. Let's like, you know, let me walk across the set. Let me do all these different, I don't know. There's a lot to do, and it's even hard for me to come up with it. So for instance, like if you're trying to get more fashion stuff, you want to walk across the set. Just walk across.
Big.
Big. Big. Using the whole thing. Like an octopus. Cute.
Yes.
So those are just a couple of my posing techniques that I like to tell people about. I'm going to do a little bit of video when we're shooting her second look, so you can see if maybe I forgot anything. Maybe I'll start talking about it to her, and you can catch it from there. And thank you, Mahriyah, for doing this with me.
Thank you.
Being my little rainbow princess. All right, time for look 2. Woo, I like that. That's good. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, so we'll do some with the jacket and some without. That looks really cool, though.
Cool.
Oh my god, I want to do these kinds of shoots for the rest of my life. Yes! Elongating. I love that. The jacket looks so cool with it.
Like makes it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can crouch and do a couple like that with the jacket, and then we'll take it off.
Like that.
Yeah.
So you can't see that weird thing with my shoe.
Oh, I see a little bitch, huh?
Don't be stupid. Okay, let's see if that'll work. If I can hide it a little bit or something.
If not, I can Photoshop it. Try to, I know it's going to be really awkward because you're in a position that you need to hold yourself. But yeah, try and roll your toe forward. Yeah, so it's pointed like that. I got it right before you
Yes,
fell.
did you?
Yes, I did.
That's awesome. Okay, let's see if I can do it again then. Oh no, you stay.
Even if you like kind of like hold yourself at some point, it looks cool too.
Okay.
Yeah, like bring it down like that. If your knee's down, try and bring your hand up. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're creating like 2 different shapes.
Cool.
So it looks cool. That is so fun. I love it.
Yay.
Okay, yeah. Come at me a little bit diagonal. Yeah, like that. And then have one knee further than the other one.
That.
Yeah. And then have your feet out a little bit more this way. Yeah, so I can kind of see like the shape of the shoe. Yeah. So bring this leg out a little bit more.
This way?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. Basically separating all your different parts. Yeah, like that. And then bring the jacket up just a little bit. So it's, yeah, so it's not totally hiding your body. Yeah, totally. Now it's like a shawl and it's cute. Like a cyber goth club kid like magicness. I don't even know what's happening.
I love it.
So cool. And it's funny because the look is so different that it makes the makeup look different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
I love it. Okay, let's do some without the jacket.
Okay.
See, it sheds like all over the place.
I see that.
It's so gross.
It is like a little squeegee thingy.
Oh my god. I'll bring it over to you. Yeah. Something else I forgot to mention, since I'm like thought of it just now. A lot of people, and I'll have you like show it if you can.
Yeah.
Scoot over this way just a little bit. Yeah, right there. So a lot of people, when they bring their arm up like this, they'll like look into it like this. Yeah, like that. And it looks like you're smelling your armpit. Just be aware, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it looks like you're smelling your armpit.
It's better other arm, right? If you're gonna do it.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, just look away from your arm, basically, so that it's like you're not looking into your arm.
armpit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just little thing. Like I remembered thinking of that earlier, and I just forgot to say it.
That's a great one.
Okay, let's have you stand for some again.
Okay.
There we go. Bring that leg that's in front a little more. Yep. But point it. Actually, bring it so it's coming out a little bit more this way.
This way?
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. And point it. Yeah, like you're coming at me. Perfect. This is so fun. I love the blue with it too. I'm glad we did the blue. Ooh, cute. I like what you're doing with the fashion pose.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you ever want to do it, just practice it because it's really hard to teach it.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing, but come a little bit sideways, just like that. Yeah. And just look a little bit off this way. Perfect. Like that. I don't know why it's a personal preference that I like when people look off camera for some reason. I like looking at the camera too. It's just, for some reason, it's like, oh, what are they looking at? I don't know. It's stupid. But I like it. Yeah, and it's always good to do what she's doing, which is looking around in different places. Never look like too far that way or too far that way, because then it's just all whites in your eyes. But yeah, like that. Yeah. But it's funny because the light fluctuates, so you can hardly see you, and sometimes you can. But yeah, so if you look too far one way or the other, it's like all whites in your eyes. But if you don't, then if you just look a little bit to this way or like to the sides of the camera, it's really good. And also looking down, it just gives variety. Because sometimes you want the pose to look really strong and like really like looking me straight in the eye, and sometimes you want it to look a little more delicate, and so you look away, type of thing. Yeah. I like what you're doing. Do it a little bit more like, yep, a little more tilted. And bring your head up more, yeah. Try and bring one leg out a lot. Yeah, so you're creating like a really wide stance.
Like wide?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. So it automatically makes you look almost like an Amazon, to where it's like such a prominent stance. I'll show you. one more tip that I just thought of is when you're posing, always make sure that you do things with intention. So if your point is to do fashion and you don't really know where to put your arms, just make sure whatever you do with them, you have intent. So like, yeah, like that. You're always having intent. You're always moving like them. Yep. You always have, like, if you have your arm out, make it like straight out instead of just like put it like not straight out. Put it just kind of like lazy. See how that looks not as great as that? Where it looks like you're moving everything with much more intention. Yeah. It's always good to move with intention. And then have, I'm saying that word way too many times. Yeah, like bring your leg out, yeah, arm out like that, yep, just like that. So if you don't know what to do with your hands, which a lot of people say during shoots, they're like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Well, put it on your hips or just do something elongating your arms, trying to give it length. Purse first. I'm just kidding. What do I do with my hands? I don't know what to do with my hands. Like that. The other thing is, if you want to give your body more shape, just swing your hip to one side. So stand straight really quick. So like, that's cool, but oh girl, then she got hip, then she got butt, then she got waist, you know? Swing the hips. Yes. Look, you're feeling yourself over there. I think I found your true form.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'll have more for you in the future. And thank you, Mahriyah.
Thank you.
Check her out on Instagram. What is it?
Duck_fluff.
Duck Fluff.